Well, for thousands of Indian students, getting admission to an American university is more than just earning a degree. It is the first step towards building a career in the US. The usual plan is simple: complete your studies, work through the OPT, optional practical training, gain experience, and eventually move to an H-1B visa. But that pathway, it could become much more expensive if a new proposal moves forward. Ladies and gentlemen, reports suggest that the US Department of Homeland Security is considering a proposal that could attach a $100,000 fee to post graduation work authorization under the OPT program. Now, at this stage, it's only a proposal, not a final rule, but even the possibility has sparked concern among students, universities, and employers. Now, to understand why this matters, let's first understand what OPT actually is. OPT allows international students on F1 visa to work in the US after graduation. For STEM graduates, that work period can extend up to 3 years, making OPT one of the most important bridges between university life and full-time employment. Now imagine adding a 6-figure cost to that particular bridge. If students are expected to pay it themselves, it could make working in the US financially impossible for many families who have already spent heavily on tuition fee and living expenses. On the other hand, if employers are required to bear the cost here, many startups and mid-sized companies may simply stop hiring international graduates altogether. The impact? It wouldn't stop there. Indian students make up one of the largest international student communities in the US, right? American universities also depend heavily on international enrollment, specifically in STEM program, by the way. Any major change to the OPT system, it could influence where students choose to study in future. With countries like Canada, Australia, Germany, and even India now becoming stronger alternative. So, what should the students do now? Well, let me help you with that. The first step, very, very simple: don't panic. Well, no final policy has been announced yet. Instead, keep following official updates from the Department of Homeland Security and stay in regular contact with your university's International Student Office. If you are planning your long-term career, it is also wise to explore multiple immigration pathways instead of relying on just one option, because immigration rules can change. The more prepared you are, the more choices you will have. And from students building new dreams in America, we now turn to a heartbreaking story involving an Indian family who have lost their loved ones in the world's most dangerous conflict zone. And that's our next story tonight. For most of us, global conflicts feels distant. We watch the headlines, we read the updates, and we move on. But for hundreds of Indian families, the growing tension in West Asia have become deeply personal. India has one of the largest communities of seafarers in the world. Thousands of Indians work on commercial ships, oil tankers, and cargo vessels, spending months away from their families to keep the global trade moving. Today, many of them, they are operating through one of the world's most dangerous waterways. We are talking about Strait of Hormuz here. As tension between the United States and Iran, it continues to escalate. It is the commercial ships that are passing through the region that are increasingly finding themselves caught in the middle. And tragically, Indian sailors have also lost their lives. Now, following these incidents, the families of the deceased, supported by the Forward Seamen's Union of India, have made an extraordinary demand. They are urging the Indian government to approach the United Nations and seek $5 million in compensation for each family from both the United States and Iran. In fact, the families argued that their loved ones were civilians, not soldiers. They had gone to sea to earn a living, not to become victims of an international conflict. According to them, the compensation currently available, it cannot replace the loss of the family's only earning member. The issue, it has also drawn the attention of the Indian government, by the way. The Ministry of External Affairs has raised concern over the safety of Indian nationals who are working in the conflict zone, and they have also engaged diplomatically with countries that are involved in the meantime. But beyond the compensation, this story raises a much bigger question. Thousands of Indian seafarers continue to work in high-risk regions across West Asia because global trade depends on them. Yet, many families say that they are not fully aware of the dangers their loved ones face until tragedy strikes. Well, it's also a reminder for families whose relatives work in conflict prone zones to understand their employment contract very carefully. Insurance coverage is there and emergency support system. In times of conflict, these details remain very, very, very important. Behind every single ship crossing dangerous waters, there is a family who's waiting for somebody to come home safely. And that is why the story is much more than compensation. It's about accountability, it is about safety, and it is about value of human life.